Hey guys, hope you're well and well in the Lord. How is your family? How are you doing? How is everybody? How is everyone else holding up? Hope you're well and well in the Lord, and God has been good to you, and I keep praying that He continues to be good to you in all your endeavors. Thank you so much for always tuning in, coming back to watch my videos, turning on the notification bell so that whenever I upload a video, you're always with me. I don't take it for granted, neither do I take it like it's a must that you come here and watch my videos. I take it as a blessing. I take it as a privilege that is granted unto me by God, and all I can do is pray for you that you may never lack. Even that money that you use to buy bundles, for them that are using bundles, those that are using satellite, those that are using, any kind of internet to watch my videos, I thank you so much, because all this is from your pocket. You support us both directly and indirectly. Even some of my friends who run my videos, and they tell me, Meds, we want to run your videos and support you. Hope it goes a long way, whether they're busy at work. I thank you so much. I thank you so much. So today, I thought, if you look at me, I look a bit sleepy. I said before I get to bed this night, I'm going to comment about this particular topic and hope that God is going to help us. Yeah. Guys, do you remember the soft-spoken, legendary, let's call him that, let's call him an icon, let's call him a hero? You know, when you mention the best people on TV, yeah, those people who graced your living room with pomp and color, with beautiful English, soft-spoken, command of language, we cannot fail to mention the likes of Kasavuli, may she rest in peace, and you cannot fail to mention the likes of Louis Otieno. Guys, so today, I said before I'm gonna sleep, I'm going to, picking up lessons that I learned from Leaning Network when she was interviewing Louis Otieno. And I remember her saying, when Louis reached out to her and said that he wanted an interview, she was like, am I interviewing the legendary? Am I interviewing the icon? And she was overwhelmed. That is the kind of a person I'm talking about. Great minds, good oratory skills, presentation of news, good command of language, call it. But the lessons I picked from this interview left me dumbfounded. I thought and thought and thought, and I said, I can't sleep without sharing with you lessons that I picked from Louis Otieno's interview. Guys, Louis said something that touched me so much, that he cannot explain, neither can he tell who really wanted him dead. Did you know that Louis was poisoned? Most of us know or don't know. So I was talking about lessons to pick from this senior citizen of ours. I can call him a legend. I can call him all the best words you'd want to call him. But I want to remind you tonight that once a great Louis Otieno, one day from nowhere we came to learn that Louis Otieno could not function anymore in our media houses, and everybody was shattered when it was revealed that Louis could not even hear. He could not even have sound. That news landed in the ears of many Kenyans like thunder, including I. By the way, I studied journalism and mass communication, and some of the people I used to look up to at the days were people like, Louis Otieno and the like, Kasavuli and the like. These are people you looked at and you would admire. You'd wish I could be on those screens, guys. Some of us could not have made it to mainstream, TV or other things, but we studied journalism because it was a passion. So these are the people we used to look at and admire and say, man, I want to be in those screens. I want to, read news. I want to cast news. I want to do what those people used to do. But one day in the ears of Kenyans, it dawned on us that Louis could no longer continue with news. And I was so shocked when Louis himself said that he was poisoned. And I looked at the peak I looked at the peak of Louis' career and where he had gotten to, the levels, the heights. And I looked at, this scenario, and I told myself, could someone have been envious of Louis Otieno? Even him, he doesn't understand why someone would have wanted to poison him. He doesn't remember hurting anyone. He doesn't remember, rubbing shoulders negatively with anyone. But who is this person who envied him to an extent of wanting him dead? That is what I wanted to really discuss today. Guys, I know I've come on this platform and I've said, me, by the way, I'm a believer and a born-again Christian, and I'm not shy to say that. But there's one thing I keep talking to us about. Be so certain the people you dip your bread with in the wine. In this case, wine typifies tea, typifies dinners, typifies lunches. The people you walk around. Louis was okay, on the national television. They said that Louis had murdered some lady. I don't want to go to that story because that is not why I'm doing this series, but this particular piece. But that also messed up his career. It shattered him. So I kept thinking as he was talking, and I kept telling myself, it's of importance for me to remind you this year, this month, that it is important for us to choose our friends wisely. Who are these people who have seen you at the peak of your career and they're not happy at all? Who are these people who have seen you achieve something and they're not happy about it? Who are these people who don't sleep as they plan to scheme on how to destroy you? Who are these people who you dip your bread in the wine with, and all they think about is how they can eliminate you? No one is perfect. Everybody has his own flaws. I listened to this guy talk, and I kept telling myself, there comes a time in life when you have to define your boundaries, and people will say you have, you're boastful, you're all that and all that. But in real sense, you're trying to protect yourself, both mentally, physically, socially, emotionally. All these, you're trying to protect yourself. Because if someone will strike your drink, or even raise it up with some drug, to ensure that they eliminate you because maybe you're doing well or something, then it beats my understanding at this point. This guy says that this poisoning is what led him not to hear. And even when you hear him talk, you can tell that his voice is a little bit, shaken, or better still, his voice is a little bit distorted. Because the ear, the nose, the ENT, it's interconnected. If you mess with the throat, you find out your ears may get messed, or your nose may get messed, or the vice versa. So guys, what lessons did I pick from this interview? I kept listening to Lynn, praise this man and tell him that how, he inspired a lot of people, which is true, he inspired a lot of people. Right now, he says that the way his life turned around is something that mesmerizes him, and he has never understood how he came from that rising star up there to one day being the person he is right now. And I kept listening to these guys, and I said, I'll do a piece here and tell you. Let someone say you're bad. Let someone give you all those acronyms, synonyms, antonyms, call them adjectives, nouns, verbs. But it is of importance to protect your territory, because you can be in a situation where even your own close friends will leave you to suffer with your problems. You can be in your situation whereby people just look at you and laugh. And they say, I used to see you in this, like this. Now I see you like this. And if you're not graced enough to remain under the cover of Jehovah, you end up being a prey to be preyed on by whoever wants to prey on you. P-R-E-Y. So guys, I've listened to Louie. I've listened to a couple of interviews because Lynn really gives us good stuff. And may God bless her for that. And I said, it is of importance to really know who you dine with. Most of the cases when people are poisoned and they don't even know who poisoned them. These are not the days when you drink anyhow, you eat anyhow, you marry anyhow. These are not the days. Those days are gone. Don't bring me the shenanigans of I'm spiritual, I can discern, I don't know what. Don't give me those shenanigans. I say these are not the days when you used to marry carelessly. These are not the days when you got into people's houses and ate anyhow. There are people who don't sleep because they want you dead. There are people who don't sleep because they don't want to see you tomorrow. There are people who chant your name in their small cocoons, and they chant your name day and night, and they want you dead. And all I can urge you is to keep reciting the psalm. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of the dead, I shall fear no evil. Because this God, there's one thing he does. He ensures that he makes a table before the presence of your enemies. Because the territories that you are walking in are rough. These parts are dangerous. These are not the days when people laughed with you. People laugh with you at the same time they're laughing at you, and you're not aware because you're not discerning enough. Have you been in a situation where you don't really understand how this friendship all of a sudden fizzled out? There's sometimes God wants you to, escape some situations you won't understand. People call you boastful. People will call you whatever manner of words. But I'm telling you guys, eating food nowadays, these are not the days when you went munching every left, right, and center. Someone presents tea, you munch. Someone presents drinks, you munch. Someone presents chips, you munch. You munch, you're left, right, and center, you're eating. At times, restrain yourself and learn to say, I'm even fasting for myself. Even when you're hungry so much, learn to restrain yourself from the thirst, from the greed. Some of these things have led us to some ditch. Today I got a chance to watch another episode that was running. It just came on my screen and I was seated there and I said, okay. And I was so shocked that someone, simply because someone else is meant to give a statement because she's a witness of someone having, killed someone and hidden the tools of trade. And this guy visits this lady and he offers a drink, pretending to be reconciling. And in real sense, the guy wants to eliminate this woman. And she spikes her drinks time and again. And the woman ends up lifeless. These are some of the things that are happening today. Friends will come visit you. You will laugh. You love merry. You will drink, you will eat. You don't know what is in your drink. You've not been there when people are serving you food. Call me whatever names you want to call me. Tell me I'm being too much and I'm calling myself a Christian. But I'm sending caution to you. There's some people when they see you at the peak of your career, at the peak of your business, at the peak of everything good that you're doing, at the peak of your marriage, at the peak of your relationships. They look at you and they say, why you? Why you, Louie Otieno? Why you? I mean, we could be in your position. And when you're not aware, they end up spiking your drinks. Yeah? These are not the days when you went to the village and walked into every home eating. Those days are done and dusted. Hear me and hear me loud and clear. Those days are done and dusted. We no longer enter into people's home anyhow, eating anything. Those days are done and dusted. Mark my lips, done and dusted. When it's done, said and done, and you've lost everything, is when you sit back and start recounting. Where did I go and have a meal? Where did I dine with people? Where did I make merry with people? Where exactly did I pass by or pass through? Even Jesus Christ was seated with his disciples, the people he walked with each and every day. Is a typical example. If you read the Bible or whichever religious book you read, but mine, which is the Bible, I have an example of Jesus Christ who sat with his disciples. Literally, one of his disciples ended up crucifying him. And this was actually a very close worker in his ministry. This particular disciple was a treasurer. He was the money carrier. A treasurer is so close because he's the one who handles the affairs of the ministry. But these are people who walked so close with Jesus, and he ended up betraying him. You can tell me it was meant to happen because it is biblically orchestrated. But let me tell you, it typifies the friendships that we have. Judas Iscariot, the betrayer. We have a lot of people in our lives who betray us. We have a lot of people in our lives who disguise as very close friends, but at the beckon of something small, they're the first people to sell you out to Pontius Pilate and his army. They'll be the first people to dispatch you to your enemies like they did to Joseph. And one thing these people who sell you out like this don't understand is they can mistreat you today, do stuff today, and then tomorrow you end up being the prime minister like Joseph did. Where will you hide your shame? The brothers, they were not even able to hide their shame because of what they did to their brother. So guys, I'm talking to you today. If you're out here and you know very well, you cannot define who your friends are. We've got a lot of cases of femicide. People trusting too much and you end up dead. And your family remain. I did a story of Wayne here, and I said the family has remained in agony. Because she left home, she has not said where she's going, and people think that she's just gone to see a friend, only to end up in a sack. Guys, let's define who our friends are. You'd rather have 2 or 3 or 4 friends who can die for you, or who can be there for you in all situations. Even if it is your blood relative who you trust can be there for you. Because men have killed women. Yeah? Brothers are killing brothers. These are the last days. Your husband just turns against you tomorrow and you're dead. Your wife turns against you tomorrow, they poison you. So it is of importance to trust God to give you the right friends, the right footing. Because I was listening to Louis Man and I said, such an icon, such a brilliant mind. How someone sat down and orchestrated to poison this mind and render it useless is something that we will never know. Because up to date, I don't think you will ever be able to trace exactly who poisoned him. It might take him ages to try and recall exactly where did I pass. So at the peak of your career, you ought to be very careful of your interaction. At the peak of your business, you ought to be very careful of your interactions. Anywhere you find yourself, small or big, you ought to be very careful with your interactions. Because you never know who wishes you what. Don't come here telling me that I don't have faith. No, nothing like that. This is not the world when you used to smile at everybody because people are shocking you each and every day. You thought you knew someone yesterday who is your spouse or who is your friend or who is your everything, and tomorrow you suddenly wake up to a different case altogether. You thought you knew someone until things are done to you in life and you keep asking yourself, oh my God, did this just happen? So you ought to be very careful who you interact with. You ought to be very careful who are your associations. Let people say you've secluded yourself, you've separated yourself. But if you've been beaten once, or you have a close person who's been beaten once, then tomorrow you can only be twice shy. Don't be so easy to let people in. Guard yourself. Guard your heart. Be choosy. Love yourself. So much so that you're able to know who to let in and who to let out. That is what I came to tell you today. Go listen to Otieno's interview in Lingogi's network. And guys, listen and listen good. Because you will understand that it's not easy outside here. So I thought before I sleep today, I'm going to come on here and tell you guys, trust God and guard yourself. Ask God to guard you. Avoid eating anyhow, anywhere, with anyone. Not everybody who smiles at you or who shows you teeth wishes you the best. Don't get it twisted. Guys, thank you so much for always coming by. Guard yourself. Trust God. Pray hard. And tell God to protect you, because we need God's protection. It's always happening. And most of all, to guard your mental faculty. Ensure that whatever is disturbing, don't pretend and showcase things, especially on social media when you know very well you're dying inside. Look for someone. I am a mental wellness advocate. Look for someone. Don't paint what is not there. Look for someone. Talk to someone. If things are not working, talk to someone. Don't die alone. If you're being battered, you know lines to call. If you're being mistreated, you know people to talk to. Don't die in distress. Life is too short. You can't allow yourself to live in distress. Talk to someone. Look for a friend. Talk your truth. Let no one hinder you from talking your truth. Guard yourself emotionally, socially, physically, spiritually. Guard yourself. God bless you. Keep subscribing, keep watching Meditate. Turn on the notification bell so that whenever Meds uploads something, you'll be the first person to be notified. Thank you so much. And always know, Meds love you, love you, love you, love you so much. Bye-bye. God bless.